Hello everybody. Today I am joining you from CES at Las Vegas. Check that out right behind me. We have a monorail here in Las Vegas. I actually just rode that to get over here to the convention center, but it's CES time. Now this is the last day of CES. I typically come to the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas every year. I've been coming for over 10 years, and I do that for a gadget podcast that I do called The Giz Wiz. CES is the largest electronics convention that I know of. We're gonna see so much technology, probably crazy concept cars. We're gonna see booths from some of the biggest names you know in tech, and that's all here in Las Vegas. And I want to show it to you. This is just going to be a really fun walk through the convention center space. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it over to the Sands Expo Hall, but we're going to see a lot of the Las Vegas Convention Center and of course all the booths that are included here. I am part of media, so I have a media badge here, and we're going to get to see it all and experience it all. So join me as we head in to CES. We're starting today actually at the monorail station, and yes, they have a monorail. I know that I'm, typically making Disney World content, and so we're all about that monorail in Florida, but look, there's the monorail track right here. It runs right to the convention center, so if you get a hotel on the monorail, oh my gosh, it's awesome. It does have a separate ticket that you have to buy. It's not free, but honestly, in my opinion, way better than taxis or Ubers or buses around Vegas. CES is so big that not only does it take over the entire Las Vegas Convention Center, which is probably the biggest convention center I've ever been to, but it also takes over other convention centers around Las Vegas. Like the Sands Expo Hall, which is a whole separate space. You gotta take transportation to get over there. We're gonna be taking a look at the Central Hall first over here at the Convention Center, and then kind of making our way probably over to the North Hall, then the West Hall, and then maybe we might make it to a different convention center space, but honestly, that's already so much to see that we may not make it over there. That is the monorail station that we just came from. Over here, this is all Central Hall. That's actually North Hall, and then way over there is West Hall. This is South Hall over here. And I actually used to work in South Hall quite a lot at CES when I worked at a podcast company called Twit. We typically had our stage set up over in South Hall. They don't even really use it that much anymore. It's kind of the oldest hall. It's a little weird. It's like a double stack hall. So we're heading on over to Central Hall first. You can see they also use this parking lot area to even put more companies. Like Kia has an absolutely insane booth over there, and so does Google. It being the last day of CES, I'm not exactly sure what to expect because I typically leave by now. I've already gotten on a flight and left. I only come for the first few days of CES typically. But this time I'm getting to stay. We're here at the last day, and I love this because I already finished all my other work. I finished everything else I need to do, so today is just about you guys. And I'm taking a look at these booths over here. Take a look. Now that's a whole other area I need to make my way over to. I haven't seen it yet. This is a Kia building, and then right next to it is this Google building. These are temporary structures they put up just for this show, just to entice people to come over and take a look at what they're trying to tell you about. Right dead ahead, that is the Central Hall. There's actually this LVCC Central Station. This is for the Tesla Loop. I want to do this later, maybe as we head over to West Hall. Those escalators head down to the most insane area that has crazy LED RGB lights, Teslas, and tunnels to take you around Vegas. We'll check that out later. Okay, just finished with security. Here is the entrance to Central Hall. And there's really it's kind of a hard decision on where to start your journey and where to, like, if I'm showing someone CES for the first time. Thank you.
You too, my friend. Excellent.
If I'm seeing CES for the first time, where do you enter? Because there is so much to see, and every area is kind of mind-blowing. So this specific area, they typically have, this is like CES's main stage, where they will interview some like industry leaders or thought leaders or whatever's going on. Looks like it's pretty empty right now. let's take a step into the first convention hall. And this one's kind of an impressive one because this is where the display companies are, like LG. And so you get these absolutely insane demos that are massive. I mean, just absolutely humongous. I can see Sony is way down there. They also have a crazy display. Whoa, these are, I didn't realize these are moving. They're like on tracks. Holy moly. Please do not stand in aisle. I'll try not to. But look, as these are actually moving. That is crazy.
Contrast enhancement layer, and we made that a retractable screen that you just saw come down actually.
Whoa, this is transparent now. Holy moly, what's your name?
Jason.
Jason's helping me out, showing me what this display is all about. I didn't realize this is about being transparent. So what's the whole wireless transparent part of it? What makes it wireless?
So similar to our M series of TVs, it uses our Zero Connect box.
I see that little box that's kind of down there on the shelf.
That's correct.
I see.
That handles all your processing, HDMI connections, etc., and then uses a proprietary 60 gigahertz frequency to send that information to the panel.
Oh, wow. So you can have all your inputs down in that little box.
Yep.
And no wires or any, other than power, I assume?
Correct.
You'll have to power it, but all your Xboxes can plug in somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice. Well, thank you. This is a very impressive display. I did just step in from outside. I kind of need to get, I need to undress a bit. But that's what every booth is going to be like. Every single booth will have something new, something innovative that they care about, that they're going to be showing to people. And there are thousands of booths here. You cannot see it all. So let's keep looking around. Okay, I'm a bit more comfortable now. I will say that there's definitely been a trend this year with transparent screens. The first year I ever came to CES, it was all about 3D screens. This year it's about transparent screens, still at the LG booth, and they have a really close-up demo of what some could look like installed. This is awesome. This looks like the coolest version of what you could do with a transparent screen. Oh my gosh. This is like the perfect sales pitch about what I want.
We use it through a few places through here. We have it on the monorail windows as well.
On the monorail windows. Oh, look at that.
Monorail, and the windows are
So it's like a little mock-up of a monorail over there.
Yeah. As you go through this whole place, it's all a mock-up. This is one big experience. You check into the hotel. They have all this cool technology, and every step
I
of the
see.
way,
So you get there from the monorail, you check in at the hotel, then you head to the cafe and get something nice.
Your room, like your hotel
Oh, your
room.
hotel room.
You've got the little room service touch screen thing you can try.
Oh, that is so cool.
The LG Hotel TV is amazing. They show you how to use QR codes to play your own Netflix, and because the hotel is all connected, it will log you out of your Netflix for you when you check out.
Oh, that is very neat. Okay, so you got a taste of what CES is like. We just left the LG booth. We spent plenty of time there. Now that you kind of have a taste of what the booths are like, let's take a look around. I'm just going to show you stuff that I find interesting. That's the whole game plan. We are still in Central Hall, but it is just so funny to see names you know. Like I've heard of, Stern Pinballs before, My Arcade, and then names you've never heard of companies. Like I've heard of the B-Haptics folks. Even, look, you got Netflix over here next to brand new companies, you've never heard of. And this is just one spot in this entire massive multi-million square foot convention space. I will admit, the people watching is absolutely insane here. They're demoing these massage chairs. And they are just a little funny to witness from far away. Okay, we are currently at a booth that I demand answers. I don't know what this company sells, what this company does. I'm hoping that they're a company that makes digital experiences happen, because that's all the booth is filled with. There's like a mini Las Vegas sphere going on over here. On this side, we have a dancing car exhibit that looks like it's counting down. It'll happen in the next 60 seconds. Over here, there's like a drone augmented reality situation going on. These people are being lifted into the sky. there, you can see there's a person, they're looking just at a massive screen in front of them, tilting and moving along with this display. I'm seeing more things like over in the corner. I have a fantastic island. What are they selling? I see some train tracks. Like, do you see past these people? There are train tracks in the booth. That leads to an LED tunnel. Let's take a look at this dancing car countdown. We only have a few more seconds. I can see robotic arms attached to either side of this car. I feel like Siri is talking to us. The dancing car. Okay, so they're projecting onto this vehicle. They're using the wall behind them and these robotic arms to physically move the car. Look at it go.
Now, the XCM9 Plus battery is complete with the cell-to-pack solution to prevent thermal propagation.
I honestly cannot tell if this is a product that exists or they're acting like a product exists.
And discharging efficiency and extends battery life.
I hope that this is a real product and not just a version of what could exist. Anyway, I think we've looked at this, the dancing car, enough. Look at it go. We're gonna start EV racing soon. There's a taste. There's a taste of the EV racing. Pretty cool that this car is physically moving. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't stop. I can't stop now. It's getting exciting. Look at it go. This is, okay, that's pretty cool. Some of the scale, just the physical scale of these booths are impressive in their own right. Just the fact that they take up so much space and there's so much engineering that just goes into these temporary structures. Incredible. This is the Samsung booth. This is a concept car that has a media bar located in the front bumper. Now they're showing off different applications of it, like telling how charged your battery is, or if that there's an issue with the car. But what's going on right now seems to be an advertisement for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which honestly is the most dystopian thing that they could possibly add to the front of a car. Yeah, I don't want advertisements on my front bumper at any moment in my life, ever. The worst decision ever. Bad job. Okay, we are all done with the Central Hall. Done looking at that. We're gonna head on over to the North Hall and then later the West Hall. So let's head on over to the North Hall next. Okay, so here is one of the entrances to the North Hall. You can kind of see the categories that they're going for in this hall. They are themed, so you will see similar companies kind of closer to each other, so that if you're like into the Internet of Things, you don't have to go far to see all the Internet of Things companies. This is a robot bartender, and not only, well, it looks like they're making coffee right now. So we got a latte up. Looks like a foamy hazelnut latte for Rob is coming up next. Oh my gosh. Look at him go. It looks like he's waving as he's waiting for the coffee to finish up over there. And that latte is finished right there, and it looks like they're starting another. Oh, where's it going? Oh, getting some ice. The ice machine needs a little bit of work. Make it a little more accurate, that ice machine. Oh, look, they're grabbing the latte. Oh, it doesn't hand deliver it yet. You gotta walk up and grab it. Oh my gosh, somehow it got matcha, it got latte, it got milk somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. Look at it stir it. Oh, and it's pouring one into the other. Wow. He's slow, I'll be honest.
No, they slowed it down on purpose.
Oh, they slowed it down on purpose for the videos? He typically goes faster. Or it goes faster.
If you want to see it live, they have one in a retail location at Caesars.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Not sure if y'all could tell, but that guy was saying that they actually slowed the robot down just so people could get videos of it. like I was doing, and that they have one installed over at Caesar's Palace, and it's going much faster. That's really, really cool. I will be honest, sometimes these demos seem like so cyberpunk. Like this arm that moves. And it looks so military. Like that is like an actual cyberpunk arm right there. This is Honda's booth, and they have two prototype cars here, the Saloon and the Space Hub. Now, these cars, honestly, continuing with the cyberpunk theme, this is like, look at this. It's absolutely insane. I love what they've actually done with the back of this car, with the like brake lights area. But that handle can actually fold into the front display, into the dash right there. Take a look at the back of this. That is a very, very cool brake light situation. Once again, so cyberpunk vibes. Love that. Look at that side profile with the screen reflecting on the side of the car. Whoa. The front also has a screen inside of it. Look at that. Cool looking car. Their van also looks super cool. The same sort of screen there in the front. I'm not sure if you can actually spy it. In the back, there is another screen. That isn't just a pass through to that one. That's its own individual display back there, making a really cool like Aurora design. The seats are set up in sort of this like configuration where the back and the front actually like face each other. What I look forward to is the day that self-driving cars actually exist and the whole interior space can be just used for lounging, because this is a cool concept. I would love this in a car. Okay, that was a taste of both North Hall and a taste of Central Hall. We just finished up with North Hall. Let's head on over to the West Hall next. Now, there's a special way to get there. We're actually going to backtrack just a bit back towards Central Hall, and I'm going to take the LVCC Loop. This is the crazy Tesla underground tunnel system that they have. So we're going to take that over to the West Hall. This is the station right here, and it has a few stops. It'll go from the far, far side of South Hall, which we don't want to go to, all the way past the far side of the West Hall, which we do want to go to. And it also, if you buy a separate ticket, will take you over to Resorts World as well. We are just headed over to West Hall. Okay, here we go down into the station. I've done this a few times, and it's impressive. Some information on which spot you'll go to. We are going to be headed to West, so spaces 3 through 9. And here's the big reveal of what it looks like down here. That tunnel that those cars are going into, all Teslas, all Tesla Model Ys. Oh, there's a Model X. Okay, not all Model Ys. But that will take us underground to where we want to go, which is pretty cool. And of course, the LED lights, pretty cool looking. Okay, we are going to West. Thank you so much. Looks like we're all good. I'm sure a lot of people are recording this experience. Sure. Down the RGB tunnel. And there's the full self-driving does not work. You're driving the car, right?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Got a few ads because it's Vegas.
Yep, of course.
It's kind of crazy that the only lights in here are our headlights and the RGB lights along the tunnel. You can kind of like individually see the panels, the concrete that they put together. They like jigsawed together to make this tunnel. That is crazy. And then this abrupt end, this is like the hole that they made for us to come up. And it looks so metal, the edges of those walls. And then bam, sunlight. And then this is the station. So now we are on the west, at the West Hall. far side of the West Hall compared to where we were. As someone who has had to walk, this is before the West Hall was even open, just from south to north, it is a walk. And having a car take you there is super awesome. They actually have a display here of the tunnel ring. Here it is. This is what is underground. And you can kind of walk right up to it and take a look. That is just absolutely crazy. Look at how these are like keystoned together. That is crazy. It's only that thick. Honestly, I feel like it should have been thicker. Just my own personal opinion. There they go, back underground. And we're over here at West Hall. Let's take a step inside, get out of the cold weather. Of course, with this being a technology show, AI has kind of been all the rage. If you look closely at this big wrap, like his eyes are like not the same. And like some of these gadgets that are flying around him, especially when they're blown up to this massive size, you start to realize that thing that kind of looked like a watch is like nothing. It's actually like a blob of something. So definitely they use some type of generative AI to create this. I wonder which one they used. I'm trying to help give someone who's never been to CES an idea of the scale of this convention. And remember, I'm here just like as media. There's people who are here as industry people who are looking for manufacturers to build their next cell phone case or whatever. Like there's so many different tracks within this convention. But just one little way to describe how big this convention is we've already seen huge convention spaces. This entire thing behind me, it's absolutely massive, is a whole other convention hall that we haven't even stepped into yet. And there's even more past this. It's one of the biggest buildings I've ever seen. It's taken me 5 minutes to walk around the edge of it just to get to the front door. Like I'm walking here, and this feels like it's not getting any closer. It's just so big. Just past security, we're in. This absolutely, I cannot even get the screen. Like I'm fully zoomed out, and a quarter of the screen is all that I can pick up with my camera standing on the bottom floor here. So the hall is just this way, so let's go step inside. Just stepping inside, here's kind of an idea. Did we not already see LG? I swear, that's the first booth I start off. I guess this is LG Innotech. Amazon, but you can see it just goes down and down and down over that way. Let's start our search for cool stuff. Okay, take a look at what is this car doing. That is illegal. What on earth? They also, I would hate to be the guy in the passenger seat because he just gets a 24-hour view of what he's thinking the whole time, just a reaction cam the entire time. But can it parallel park for me? That's the question. Can it parallel park for me? It looks like it's parallel park mode activated. Look at it go. That's right. We're strafing. Strafing left, strafing left, strafing right. Whoa, that's pretty crazy. How do I get that? How do I get that installed? What's the cost? 60 bucks? I'll take it. And therein lies kind of the sad part of CES, because you see the coolest, absolutely most amazing futuristic stuff here, but then you just kind of know in your heart, like that's never ever going to actually exist on a car that I buy. You know what I'm feeling? I see the coolest stuff. The humans are capable of the coolest stuff. It's here in front of me. But am I ever gonna be able to buy it and use it? Probably not, which is really sad. This is sort of interesting. Honestly, probably only to me. They actually make these crazy charging solutions. He was just moving that massive battery over there, so you could like scoot it over to a car that needs a charge. But this is the first time I've ever seen the Tesla connector. Look at that. This is a non-Tesla company. They're adding the Tesla connector to their chargers. And I recently, there's a few months ago, Tesla opened up the protocol, kind of made it available for everyone to use. And now it's on their advertising, and I can see it on some of their products. technology moving forward. That's pretty cool to me. Okay, I squealed a little bit. The Pebble is here. I've looked at this before. It's an RV, but with like so much more. It has an electric battery, electric motors. It has this cool magic hitch, and they have one right here. So I'll get to actually step inside of one. Okay, so I'm here with Stefan, and what's your title?
I'm the CTO.
CTO. So tell me kind of the elevator pitch on why the Pebble Flow is cool. And I know you probably have a lot to get through because I'm a big fan of it. So I'm gonna have you kind of take over. What's the elevator pitch on why this is the coolest RV ever?
Right, so Pebble was really born to erase the hassles that RVers had to deal with for decades. And I would say that's the coolest element. This is the design philosophy of the company. And then when you decompose this, then a lot of other cool stuff starts to pop up. But that's the goal, nothing else.
So some of the things that kind of have caught my attention are the magic hitch, which helps attach it to your car. The fact that there is an integrated battery and motor to help move it forward and slow it down, is that right? It helps brake as well. And then the fact that it's all electric means that I'm not needing to worry about propane tanks or kind of anything else. It's like all an integrated solution.
Exactly right. And all of these we have done with that simple philosophy in mind. Make it easier, make it more accessible for everyone. You don't need to carry propane, you don't need to fill that up, it's all electric. You don't need to back this up. Backing up a trailer, it is hard, it's difficult, it's physics.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that anymore. We changed the rules. This is now becoming just remote control. It's a big RC car, really.
Yeah. It feels like you've taken a lot of old technology, tossed it out, and replaced it all with the newest stuff.
Exactly right. Hitching up, also very, very difficult. I'm doing this together with my wife. She's helping me out. You don't need to do that anymore. You just push a button, and the Pebble comes, finds your vehicle, looks at the hitch ball, connects all the way, done.
That's cool.
Same thing when you come to towing, right? We know very well if you are towing with an electric vehicle today, you are losing typically 2/3 of your range. The idea here is that we have the electric motors, we have the large battery, we are able to provide assistance. So you'll be able to recuperate quite a significant amount of that range loss.
Yeah.
When you are braking, we have regenerative braking, you are actually charging your batteries. We have 1 kilowatt of solar on the roof. That solar with the 45 kilowatt hour battery allows you to be off grid for a week with the AC on. If you are using this at home, you can connect your home to it, and then it is an emergency power backup. The size of
This is kind of what I'm saying. Like the list kind of goes on and on and on.
Yes,
I mean, it's like
exactly right.
it's a total rethink of what it could be, which is really, really cool.
Exactly right. And you know, just to this is one of my favorite topics to point out all the time when you're buying this. It's not just you're buying a vehicle; you're buying a platform. This thing has over-the-air updates, so it gets smarter as they pass.
For those of us who have owned Teslas, we kind of know. Like
exactly
you step in and you get something new.
Exactly.
It matters.
The same thing here.
That's really cool. Thank you. So this is the Pebble Flow. The reason I'm so excited about it is that it's kind of taken a lot of the things about RVs and removed them, and then replace them with brand new technology. So it is almost its own autonomous platform system. It has batteries inside. Those batteries will control motors in the wheels, which will help propel it forward. So if you're connected to like an electric vehicle, like the Cybertruck, it'll help propel the Pebble forward. It'll also use regenerative braking to capture some energy as it's slowing down and also help brake the Pebble. You can see that it's actually propelling itself. Magic Hitch will detect the ball of your vehicle and land it directly on the vehicle. You can see this like remote control where, because there's motors in the wheels, you don't need it connected to your vehicle to kind of move it around. This kind of remote control thing is in the way. You can instantly set up camp, level it. You have the towing capabilities that I mentioned about the motors and the wheels. And honestly, let's go inside and take a look. Okay, let's take a step inside. We're gonna have to try to move the camera a bit to get the best angles. But I actually really love the floor plan. Looks like the LEDs are messing with me. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go, all fixed. Okay, so we're gonna start off here in this galley. You have the bathroom, and then the back can actually be a workstation or a bed. So we're starting off in this nice sort of galley area. You have your table. Then, it looks like, is this a closet? Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm allowed to open this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you got a closet inside of here. I love how that's formed. That is so cool. I push that back in. We got another one. Oh look, there's a little pillow in there. Oh. But there's many peoplers in here. It's a little bit cramped. But here's the bathroom. How does this work? Oh, there we go. Okay. So as we step in here, you have your toilet, your shower. There's me, hello. And then let's see if, how does this work? We're gonna close ourselves in here. Get a little bit, there we go. These should private the windows, look at that. I guess that's the vent, and then those are the lights right there. So we can give ourselves a bit of privacy inside of here, which is pretty darn cool. I might be locked in now. So let's see if we can do this. This is actually a Murphy bed situation. So there's a handle here, and then that is your bed. Very, very impressive. And when it's not a bed, you get a desk. A whole bunch of storage. I love this thing. Couldn't ever afford it, but absolutely think this is one of the coolest things here at CES. Oh, look at this skylight. Ooh, very cool. Okay, remember earlier when I was like, sometimes at CES, you see something that's really cool and you're sad because you'll never get to see it. I really hope I get to see this and it actually exists in reality, because this is way, way cool. The Pebble Flow is what we're looking at. Okay, well, I'm kind of at the end of the West Hall. I hope you enjoyed the taste of kind of everything CES. It wasn't a big deep dive, but it was kind of a fun time walking through the convention center. We have about an hour and a half until the convention is done. And I mean done, like there's no more days left. I wanted to go over to the Sands Expo Hall, but Eureka Park is really what I want to see, and I've already been seeing tweets of people are like packing up and leaving because it's the last day. So we're not going to get a chance to do that, which is a bit sad, but that's okay. I hope that you enjoyed it. Honestly, that Pebble, seeing the Pebble flow at the very end was like the highlight, because like I said, CES is all about seeing things that you wish were reality and sometimes they don't. Well, that's something that I've seen virtually. I was so excited about virtually, and it's here physically, and that's actually cool, which is kind of the opposite side of the coin to what I was talking about before. Thanks so much for joining me on this CES. I had a fantastic time. I was here mainly for the GizWiz, so please head on over to gizwiz.tv and check out what we're doing there, because that's really where all my CES stuff is going to live. If this is interesting to you, next week will be the first of our CES podcasts talking about everything that we saw at the convention. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!